Alright guys, I'm back with my WWE Hell in a Cell 2016 review. Going into this show, I wanted really the WWE to really deliver and really give me a good show. Give me a happy feeling going away from the show. And I got some of my predictions right and I got some of them wrong. And in my opinion, the main event, you know what, I don't know why they did that. When Sasha Banks has been red hot on Raw, they decided to pull the trigger and take the title away from her. I do not know why, but anyway. So the first match of the night was Roman Reigns defending his US title against Rusev. I thought it was a really good match to kick off the show. I thought these two guys have really good chemistry together, and whenever they're in the ring, if it's a stipulation match, I can bear a Roman Reigns and a Rusev match. If they didn't have a gimmick match, then maybe I wouldn't be so interested in it. But these guys pulled out the part. You had them brawling outside with stairs, and Rusev brings out a chain, and he uses the chain for the accolade, and he's like, Rusev, crush! He's like totally wants to kill Roman Reigns and get the US Championship, because you got to think about it this way: Roman Reigns disrespected Rusev's family on this last episode of Raw, so obviously Rusev wants his revenge. Roman Reigns wins with a spear. You know what? I thought Reigns was going to go over it. I hope that now we get to see not Roman Reigns, Rusev elevate himself to the main event scene, because in this match, I mean, he's shown for a while. Rusev has shown me for a while that he can hang with the main eventers. It's just WWE. It's just like WWE, you know, them knowing that and them actually want to push the guy as a main eventer. So it's two different things. I mean, we know he can be a main eventer, but did the WWE see him as a main eventer? Who knows? You know the crazy team I like in WWE. And then the second match tonight was Dana Brooke versus Bayley. I thought this was a good match. I thought this was an okay match. I didn't pay attention to it. I think Bayley went over. This was kind of like a hit and miss for me. In my opinion, I think this is a minor feud for Bayley till she gets to Sasha Banks, and then you're going to get a good feud there. And then we got to the fourth match tonight. It was the Club versus Enzo Amore. No, the third match tonight. It was the Club versus Enzo Amore and Big Cass. And yeah, Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus the Club. And then it was a good. I thought it was a decent match. I didn't think it was a bad match, but the Club go over, which kind of shocked me. I thought they would probably go over with the babyfaces, but no, the Club go over with a double tag team finisher. And then you had the fourth match tonight. It was KO versus Seth Rollins. This was probably the second best match of the night. A lot of good back and forth here, like we had in the last match they had at Clash of Champions. Jericho interfered. I thought that was going to happen. Then you had Seth Rollins KO set up two tables, and then Seth Rollins powerbombs KO through those tables, because KO was going to powerbomb Seth Rollins through those tables, but Seth Rollins countered it. Then Jericho tries to interfere, and then Seth Rollins is like, "You're not going to cost me this match, bro." And he gives Jericho a buckle bomb off the Hell in a Cell. And then you have then Jericho recovers from that, and then Jericho gives KO the steel chair, gets in the steel chair, and then hits Seth Rollins with a steel chair. But then Seth Rollins gets up and then he attacks Jericho and KO with the chair, and then KO hits a DDT on the chair, which I thought was awesome, and then a pop-up powerbomb on the two chairs for the win. And KO is still the not US champion, the Universal Champion. And in my opinion, that was the right decision. I think that at the Royal Rumble we're gonna have possibly this match again, but I've heard rumors that we're gonna have Triple H versus Seth Rollins. So I don't know. I hope that they don't have Triple H versus Seth Rollins too soon, because it's gonna ruin the big match feel for like a WrestleMania. I know you're trying to put more prestige into your big four previews again, like a Royal Rumble and a Survivor Series, but if you're gonna have the match like Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles, then you probably won't need Seth Rollins versus Triple H. That's just me, but yeah. So yeah, KO retained, and then we had the fourth match tonight. It was the New Day defending their WWE World Tag Team Championships against Cesaro and Sheamus. And I actually like Cesaro and Sheamus as a tag team. I know I said a couple of weeks ago that I didn't like them as a tag team. I think that this Best of 7 series was pointless. I still agree with that it was pointless and it was stupid. Why the hell would you have two guys fighting for weeks on weeks and weeks on end without no prevail? I mean, every time I talk about how WWE just misused Cesaro, every time I say that WWE should use Cesaro, they never do. So what's the point at this point mentioning it? They had a good match, and then Kofi hit a Trouble in Paradise on Sheamus on the outside, getting the New Day disqualified. I thought New Day was going to drop the belts to Sheamus and Cesaro because, they're trying to establish Sheamus and Cesaro as a tag team, so I thought maybe we're going to see Sheamus and Cesaro go over here, and then we'll have a New Day breakup. I don't know, maybe a big heel turn where he's just like going to destroy Kofi and Xavier, but no, it didn't happen. Maybe at Survivor Series that could happen, or I don't know. But hopefully it needs to happen very soon, the New Day split, because at this point I need something different to get me interested in the New Day. I like the New Day's character. I think it's a very good character. I'm getting behind those guys. But in my opinion, I need them to go out on their own now and see how they're going to fare on their own now. I like to see Big E as a heel monster now, with no, because before he was with AJ and Dolph, and then you had him team up with the New Day. I like to see Big E go out on his own as a monster heel and be booked properly. So yeah, and Kofi and Xavier can stay in the tag team division. So yeah, all three of those guys will probably get a good push, but the most about the three I like to see get pushed the most is Big E, because he's got the more potential. Well, he has the more potential, really, because he might not have got on the mic, but he's got a lot that WWE like, and also he can be a master heel, which is pretty good. And then we had TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick. This was a decent match. I wouldn't say it was a bad match. Brian Kendrick goes over with the a tap out. I don't know, with a submission move for the win. So Brian Kendrick is the new cruiserweight champion. I'm glad they put the belt on Brian Kendrick. I thought I was going to do it at the last pay-per-view, but no, they did it here tonight, which is pretty cool. I mean, it extends the feud for Survivor Series, which is pretty cool as well. Then we get to the main event, probably the best match of the night. I would have to say the match that really stole the show, and it was Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the women's title inside the Hell in a Cell, the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match. And in my opinion, this lived up to the hype, man. This lived up to all the hype, all the promos, all the storytelling. It was all in this match. And in my opinion, I know people are not going to like the outcome. I didn't like the outcome of Charlotte winning, but you know what? It is what it is, I guess. But it was a stupid booking decision to have Charlotte go over Sasha Banks in her hometown. I guess they're doing that for Charlotte so she can get heel heat. I understand it if they're doing it that way, but I don't know. It's pointless. I bet Vince is backstage oh, that's great. The women just had a great Hell in a Cell match. You know what would be greater? If Sasha lost in her hometown and we'll get heel heat. I don't know what goes on in Vince McMahon's head with some of these damn booking decisions. I bet Kevin Dunn's there this is very good, Vince. Oh, you've made Sasha lose in her hometown. How great is that? Is that really great, Kevin Dunn? I don't think so, man, because the crowd are going to shit all over it, because that wasn't the result they wanted. They came to watch Sasha Banks in her hometown. They wanted the hometown girl to go over. It's pointless. But anyway, into this match. So it was a lot of good back and forth. So we had a chair shots. We got a bit of Sasha getting busted open, I think. I want to start with the first bit of the match. It wasn't even the start of the match, but it was really awesome. Sasha and Charlotte were brawling outside the ring before the cell was even raised down to the ground, and they were Charlotte went over the barricade, and then or something. They were brawling in the crowd, and then Charlotte runs into the ring, and then she climbs up the cell. She escapes under the cell, gives Sasha a powerbomb, and then she's like laid on the ground for like 5 minutes or something like that, and then she's getting carried on a stretcher, and then the rest, the announcer's gonna say, "Oh, Sasha cannot compete because she got injured," but no, she didn't. She carried on. They had a really good match. They had a good chair shot. And Sasha Banks goes for the bank statement. Charlotte gets out, and Charlotte beats Sasha Banks. And in my opinion, it was a wrong decision. I mean, it was simple. Sasha should have gone over. It was in her hometown. She's the favorite. I don't know. It's just some bad booking decisions. But yeah, overall, the card, in my opinion, for Hell in a Cell just flowed very fluently, and it was very good. Like it wasn't boring, or I didn't feel myself getting tired. I did get tired at the end because that was a great match, but overall the pay-per-view was very good, and it was very interesting. I enjoyed the pay-per-view. So what would I give Hell in a Cell 2016 overall? I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't say it was the best show in the world. I'll say 8 out of 10. It's better. It was better than the last couple of Hell in a Cell pay-per-views I've seen. So give it that. 8 out of 10 I'll give it. Brag up, guys.